Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to our 48th Saturday Online Kashmir Cultural Heritage Awareness Series. Srimati Veniji will render prayer song today. She has appeared several times in our program. She is well versed in Narayaniyam and other Sanskrit texts. Over to you, Veniji.
नमस्कारं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः बाल्यादिष्वपि जाग्रदादिषु तदा सर्वास्वस्था स्वपि व्यावृत्तास्वनु वर्तमानमहमिति अन्तःस्फुरन्तं सदा स्वात्मानं प्रकटीकरोति भजता यो मुद्रया भद्रया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नम इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये.
Thank you, Veniji. Today's lecture will be by Sri Rakesh Koul on revival of Sharada Lipi. We thank Sri Kanchi Mutt, as always, for our ongoing series and offer our namaskaram to His Holiness Sri Shankar Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal. Kanchi Mutt has always been in the forefront, modestly working with the sole aim of national integration, spiritual enlightenment, and promoting the uniqueness of Kashmir, as Kashmir is our cultural heritage. A few words on Rakesh Koul. He is Director Core Sharada Team. This Core Sharada Team had been working for last 8 years on revival of Sharada Lipi or Sharada Script. Sri Rakesh Ji is Program Manager in GE Healthcare. Now, if you have watched our presentations, 47 of them so far, some would have touched upon Sharada Lipi. Today, we are very pleased and delighted to have one full presentation on Sharada Script. We are very pleased to welcome Sri Rakesh Koul and request him to take over.
Thank you. Namaskar. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. My pranam to the Holiness Sri Kanchi Jayendra Saraswati Ji, Vijayendra Saraswati Ji. Today, I will talk about our journey of Sharda Lipi. My presentation today, I will also give a presentation on an overview about the importance of the Sharda Lipi and why it is important not only for Kashmiri Pandits but to the whole world. Before I give my presentation, I think it is my honor to be here. I think it's my really honor to present this session. And I can say I'm presenting to His Holiness directly. I want to just state my story about this journey of Sharda Lipi. Somewhere in year 2012, we from Bangalore, a group of friends working basically seeking the blessings. We wanted to seek the blessings of His Holiness. And we got in touch with one of our friend, Swaminathan, Premnathan Ji. He's a devotee of Kanchi Shankaracharya. And we went to Kanchi, Kanchi. And we had the darshan of His Holiness Vijayendra Saraswati Ji and both of the gurus. And you'll be surprised to know that it was a wonderful discussion. We spent almost 10 to 20 minutes talking about the Kashmiri Pandits and our connections, roots, and the connection between Kanchi and Kashmir. After that meeting also, I had even published, most of you can even just search Rakesh Koul and Kanchi Shankar. There was a very beautiful, I tried to present my visit in a write-up, which is also published. But what was the turning point there, which I want to talk here was His Holiness gave me a book. In fact, my two children were with me, my two sons with me, and he gave me the book of Sharda Primer. And that book was written by Omkarnath Shastri ji, our very honored scholar from Kashmir. Honestly, it was a little bit very surprising to me that I am coming from Kashmir to Kanchi, looking at my roots, trying to understand my roots, because if we know, like when the Exodus happened in 1991, definitely we lost so many things. We lost materialistic property or whatever, but we were looking at something beyond. What really we lost? Is that just our houses, our properties, or was it something beyond? I can say it was a search, and that search led us to the journey where we went to Kanchi, and he gave me the book in my hand that you need to work on this. Honestly, I can tell you, it is all blessings of His Holiness that I took this book. It was an eye opening for me, because that primer, I getting it from in Kanchi and written by our own scholar in Kashmir. Then I started looking at what is the importance of the Sharda script. Why was this book given to me? To be very honest with everybody, I was not knowing what is this importance of the Sharda script. Why should it? I know my horoscope was written in Sharda script. I had only that knowledge. Yes, I have little bit prayer knowledge about the Kashmir philosophy, very little about it. But when I looked at the Sharda script, I think then I started looking at, no, that this script has some value. This script has some importance. His Holiness would not have given me just like that. And coming back to Bangalore, I started looking at a teacher who can teach me Sharda script. And I was very, very fortunate that I got a teacher and with whom I learned this script. And he was much younger to me. His name was Vikas ji. And he really, the way he taught us, the way he taught the script to very few, I think I think were just 3 to 4 students who were able to learn. But then later, the vision was to move beyond, not just we three learned, and then how do we move further? How do we make the awareness of the script? Because what we learned while studying the script is it's not only the script which was lost in Kashmir. We found enormous manuscripts, enormous, I can say thousands of manuscripts, which are, I can say, 80% are destroyed because of the foreign invasions, or many manuscripts are taken by foreign countries, maybe British or Germany or whatever. They are doing very extensive research on that, definitely. But then we found all these manuscripts were written by our ancestors, and they are all in Sanskrit language. So Sanskrit is a language, and script is the Sharda. It was not just because it is also it was also a myth, like whether this Sharda script was only in Kashmir. I will talk about that. I have a small presentation where that journey started, and the journey today, it is almost like 8 to 10 years, I can say. So far, I will also take you through our journey, what all things we have done on this Sharda script. While learning the script, we found no reason that the script should have gone extinct. If Devanagari, it is so beautiful. I respect all the scripts of India. Every script of India is very divine, because it is not just that what we write. In fact, it has much more meanings about that. In Kashmir, there is also, we say, Matrika, the theory of alphabets. If we talk about Kashmir Shaivism, we have a complete chapter about these words. Not only that, in the Sharda script words, I know there is, I will talk about more in the presentation, but there are many scholars. In fact, Adi Shankaracharya himself has mentioned about the Sharda script. There is one shloka in Saundarya Lahari about letter E. So there are, it's not just the representation, symbolic representation of these alphabets. And another point is, if we have Telugu, if we have Tamil, if we have Kannada, if we have Gurumukhi, Why not Sharda? Why cannot it come back? That was our motivation. And we did not only, our vision was not just to work on the manuscripts or the transcription of those manuscripts, what were available. But our vision was also how can we bring it live? How can we bring it back to our community? This was our mission. And I can say I am very proud of to be part of this team. I will talk about the journey. So let me just I have a presentation which I want to share with all of you. 1 minute, I'll just take it. Uh, oh yeah, okay, yeah, here I got it. This is a picture about Ma Sharda. And what is written here, Lipi Prayogasmans. What I want to talk here, this is about Sharda script. Historically, when we say the latest manuscript which was found in Sharda Lipi is 3rd century AD. From our study, we have found it could be even older also. As I said, if Adi Shankaracharya has mentioned it in the Saundara Lahari also in one shloka, so it can be much older also. It is, but yes, Sharda is derived from Brahmi definitely, and it was predominantly very predominant in especially the northern belt of Asia, which includes Kashmir, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab. So it, and you can imagine this Sharda script was there till almost, like I can say, just 100 or 150 years before. That means it lived almost for almost 1700 years. So why is Sharda important? So one is, as I told you, I will also show you that this script is so beautiful. Really, when we teach to our students, when our students do practice, when I did it, I found it so beautiful. There are students who even when they write, they meditated while writing. And every alphabet is so pleasing, so divine, that it automatically attracts you. And it is not just my experience that okay, I am emotionally attached to this because it is from Kashmir. It's not that. I will talk about so many scholars who have learned with us. Other important point is it is the mother script of where from Gurumukhi, the Takri, the Siddham was derived. If you know, like Sardar, the Sikhs, they have today, if they have beautified the script, the Sharda script, the Takri, it was also a script used in the Jammu region. If the Gurumukhi can be so beautiful, and if the Siddham, like Buddhist, the script which they use, if that is so beautiful today, why not the Sharda Lipi itself, which is the mother of these scripts? In terms of the script, it is very similar. We have the same alphabets. It is one-on-one mapped with the Devanagari. We have the same Swaras and Vyanjanas. There is no difference. And as I stated, I cannot talk more because I have a very limited time here. But each and every alphabet of Sharda script, we talk about little bit in our sessions also, in our trainings also. It is very related to Trika philosophy of Kashmir, which is Kashmiri Shaivism. And I also spoke about 40,000 manuscripts written in Kashmir about Sharda script. The main motivation for our team was when we see the state of these manuscripts, when we literally saw these manuscripts were lying in dustbins. And some mathematicians calls me from some other countries and some parts of India. He wants to look at this particular catalog number, this manuscript and other things. And it was poor state when I see that these manuscripts are in so bad condition. And when we started our journey, there were not many, maybe 10 or 15 scholars who knew this script. And that was a motivation for us, that this script, even now today when I'm talking, it has a potential to open a whole window of the knowledge. It can explore the knowledge of what Kashmir had contributed to the humanity of this world. That is the potential of this manuscripts. And these manuscripts are not just written about philosophy. As I said, 3rd century AD manuscript which was recently found, it was Bakshali. It was about zero. It was a mathematics manuscript. There could be many more, but that is that based on the historical evidences, that is the last which was found. And as I said, it has a potential of exploring glorious past of Kashmir. And definitely for us, for being a Kashmiri Pandit, I feel it is my duty to revive it. If I do not take this step now, then who will do that? My next generation who was born outside Kashmir do not understand much important until unless I train them, I give them this knowledge about the script and I introduce that. I will talk about all those points in my coming slides. So what this team has achieved so far, I just few points, whatever we have done, it's not just 3,000, it may be even 4,000 students which we have taught till now. And as I said, majority of the students today in our sessions are Sanskrit scholars. We did a workshop, a biggest workshop which was pre-COVID when we did that. We did a workshop with Vyoma Labs where almost 700 Sanskrit scholars were part of our trainings, and in a record 16 days they learned the script. The script is very easy. You just need 15 minutes every day for just 30 days and you can learn the script. Initially we used to teach it through YouTube videos on WhatsApp, and as the students were graduated, we used to also encourage them to join us as teachers. It was then we used to conduct train the trainers group, and I will also talk about those. Then we also, in the journey of the script, we also, because it was handwritten, right, we had a very much limitations about the publications. We were not able to send message, we were not able to communicate in Sharda script. So we, with the help of a scholar in Germany, Indian scholar, who helped us in developing the Sharda Satisar font. We developed a font based on the Unicode and it is released. Everybody can download it and it is so beautiful. You can just go to Google and then search Satisar. And that was our major milestone in terms of our goal, what we want to do. I will talk about all those things later. We developed also the Android application where you can install it on your mobile and learn of your own. I'll talk also about few of our publications. So as I said, the scholars in the Vyoma labs, we did many sessions. Not only today we have not just Vyoma labs. I think it was our biggest collaboration. I really humbly accept that it was a wonderful partnership with Vyoma labs, who are basically doing wonderful work on reviving of Sanskrit and teaching Sanskrit across globe. And we did the workshop with them, and in fact we have done so far 3 workshops with them, and many scholars have been connected with us through these workshops. So few of our achievements, what I can say, as I will just state here, these are some of our publications which we initially did. We have published these primers. These were some primers which we published, and these are just practice books for small children. Not only small children, this can be practice books for small children also, where they can first, this book is part 1 where it is only Akshar Gyan, where they can only learn with there are also spaces about how they can practice these alphabets. Then there is another book where all these possible conjuncts are drawn. Every possible conjuncts are there. So any scholar for any manuscript transcription, he can just refer this book and then go ahead and learn of their own. So these primers were important because we wanted to also start now. As I told you, it was a revival. It's a revival journey. And we wanted to start with the primer so that these primers can be so easy and then easily accessible. And then people, cheaper in cost, these primers are just 100 rupees, what we basically charge for that. But these intention is not basically because these primers are in fact costing us more than what we basically what people buy it for. But that intention is that they learn of their own. Even some people will have restrictions on starting these classes and then taking it. But then there was another challenge, which is very important point, was when you are talking about revival, is it really possible that you can revive it? Then the revival should start from Kashmir itself. Then the point for challenge for us in front of us was, can you write Kashmiri in Sharda? I want to just tell you one very important point to the audience here. Kashmiri today, it was many people, in fact, our own people also challenge us. No, that's not possible, because today Kashmiri was written in Nastaliq scripts of the Persian script. And you will be very surprised if you take an Indian currency, and like example, 100 rupees note is 100 rupiah. There is one written 100 rupees, 100 rupiah in Urdu, and there is another with the same script, that is 100 rupee written in Kashmiri, but that is Persian script. And that is the unfortunate part here in this country. Persian is not a mother script of anybody, neither nor it is taught in our education, but still that script is part of the currency today. Our vision is, why should Persian represent Kashmir? Kashmiri script has Sharda script has to represent Kashmir. That is the original identity. It is not just Kashmiri Hindus. I yesterday also, there are many. In fact, I know many Muslim scholars. In fact, when Persian was adopted and people were forced to abandon Sharda script and Sanskrit, many scholars were killed, because when they were many Brahmins were killed because they were preaching Sanskrit and other things. I know historically many Muslims, in their burial, dead bodies, when they used to burn on the tomb, they used to write in Sharda script. The intention was just to preserve it. So I'm not talking about just those Hindus who were trying to protect it. Yes, of course we were doing it. Our, as I said, Omkana Shastri ji, he has been publishing the Panchang. There is one page of Sharda alphabets from last 300 years. Definitely our efforts are there, but I'm telling you, this script belongs to everybody, because ancestrally they were all following this script. And this was a challenge for us. Can we write Kashmiri in Sharda? And there were few challenges in that, because some phonetics were different. And it was, we spent 2 hours, 2 years on that, talking to scholars, talking to linguistics, talking to people who knows this phonetics and other things. And finally this book was out. This is called Koshur Praveshika, the entry into Kashmiri. And this book is very beautiful, very friend. We just launched it last month. In fact, it talks about all beautiful pictures for each there are many different spatial vowels, and it's like a primer, like what we have for small children. And this book, we released it just last month. And our intention is, our main goal is, can we have this primer, or in the same primer, if they don't want to follow us, can we have this primer as a third language in Jammu Kashmir first? If our students today are learning French, German, or any other language, right? In our own children do that, right? Why cannot they learn their own script? That is the journey. And in fact, this primer I have already sent copy to LG. We are also trying to approach many people from our whatever reach we have, to ensure, can we introduce this script into the state as a language, as a primary education. Let them not take it as a second language also. Just, it's okay, we will just accept it as a third language first. Can we do a beginning here? Can we take a step? So this was a very wonderful step. And I can say last month we released it, and we are still, I just got last week these copies from the printer. And the few other important publications from us, we are publishing bi-weekly Matrika magazine. It's an exclusive magazine written in Sharda script only. All our students, all our scholars of our team, as I said, we have a team today of more than 1,000 members. This is a pride. I will send this copy to His Holiness also. So this Matrika intention is that we need to come into the digital world, and we need a platform. We are not looking at, because the Sharda is the identity of Kashmir, and we want a platform of our identity. So this is the Matrika. This is our another initiative which we publish it. Printable version also, we publish it every 2 months, and this is available free of cost. Anybody, if he wants to, he can just start. I will also talk about our website where you can look at those things and everything. All these if I open this Matrika, it will be all written about It will be one side today. It is like one side Devanagari and other side the Sharda Lipi. But our goal is that we want to cut out slowly Devanagari part so that students, but that's it, it will take little time. It may take 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. But slowly, we want to make it complete Sharda script journal. And the other publication from our team was a book published, Sharda Satswarnam. It was also Shatotar Sahasranam. It is also from our great scholar from Kashmir on Shakti tradition, Dr. Chamalal Raina. And this book is also based on the manuscripts which are found, 1,100 names of Ma Sharda. So these are some of our publications, what we are doing. So when we teach as I told you, this script is so beautiful. I'll show you some examples. You see this, so example, what left side, it is written Jai Gurudev. As I told you, the script, there is no reason that this script should have gone exp. Yes, there was political, social reason and other things, but today with the environment what we have in our country, we need to revive the script. And right side, it is written Chamunda, Mahalakshmi, Brahmi, so Lakshmi. So these are all Devi's names. This is also we also teach this script through the calligraphy art. Sharda script is a calligraphy script. It's so beautiful. See, this whole Vakratunda Mahakari is written in Ganesha's. If you see this Akar, complete is decorated with Sharda script. On the right hand side, it is Namaste Sharde Devi Kashmir Purvasni Taham Prapte Nityam Vidyadaham Chadevi. So this is also written, everything is written by our students. The main intention is we do conduct many competitions, many trainings, many painting competitions or art competitions every year, and to encourage students to write. And I can say the biggest milestone for us is, when I get a call from somebody, my office nameplate, I want to put it in a Sharda. That is the biggest milestone. Today, my son's signature is in Sharda Lipi. That is, I feel really proud about that. And today, any marriage invitations in our community or whatever, people have started coming to us. Can you help us in writing this Sharda script? So definitely, we have started getting a room. We have started getting entry into that. But that's not an end. I think we need to go much when you see this right hand side. This is Shiv Sutra on the left hand side, Yoni Varga Kala Shariram. So this is so beautifully written in the Sharda script. And on the right hand side, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This was written almost like 7 years before by a Shardas. He wrote complete Bhagavad Gita with hand. On all these, whatever is written is by hand. And all these books, whatever we have published today, these are all, and whatever I told you, font developed, these are all hand designed fonts. Few another few milestone when it was in 2020, the chief advisor of finance minister calls me, and then there was a poem from a Kashmiri poet. They want to translate into the Sharda script, and first time ever in a government budget, I can say, or in any government of India publication, the Sharda script was written. It was so proud moment for us that yes, we are getting recognized. The left hand side was in a leading newspaper of India, where they published all the language about I am Kashmiri or whatever. So everything, and one script was Kashmiri. Main intention was that yes, it is a space and we want that identity. I think we consider these as our biggest milestones. I don't want to stretch much, but yes, definitely NNL's nutsum on today's presentation. What is that Sharda script can give us, and what should be our way beyond? How should I see this beyond? Definitely, as I said, it needs a national recognition, the Sharda script, because it was mother script of Kashmir. Not only Kashmir, it was mother script for Himachal, it was mother script for Afghanistan, till Afghanistan also. Then other point, can the journey, this is a journey, that's what I said. So That's what we are trying. We are teaching every today also there was a class. So every weekends we do sessions, and all these our sessions are free of charge. We don't charge anything. So so can this Sharda script will be back as a basic mode of communication for Kashmiri Pandits? Then the third is, this is where I open this window to all the scholars across globe, because look at these manuscripts. There are today whatever manuscripts are there, they are in some, I can say 20% are digitized, few are in government archives. Many of these manuscripts are with personal custodies, even in Kashmir also. But definitely, I think we need to take step. We need to take step on preserving of these manuscripts, because these are very, very valuable for us. Otherwise, we will lose this knowledge. Yes, we have lost many because of the invasions, many manuscripts. There was a library, biggest library in Vishweshwara. We say that we in Kashmir, we used to say that library in Kashmir was so big that its shadow used to fall almost on 2 kilometers. So it was such a great library was burned in Kashmir. I don't know in which period was that, but there were so many manuscripts which we had lost. But whatever is now left to us, what steps we have to do, what steps we need to take to preserve those. And definitely that is the reason I mentioned my next point, that manuscript, these manuscripts, Sharda manuscripts, wherever they are, because I see sometimes they are in somebody's personal custody is also, even though the person does not know what is written in that, but still uh, we need to have an effort to digitize those manuscripts. And academic recognition, definitely, because as I said, it is not in Germany. There is an university doing a research on Yoga Vashishta. There are many important manuscripts which are there. So, and it is, I think it's a time where the whole knowledge of Kashmir should be exploded to the whole world, where people can recognize what really Kashmir had given. And the biggest task for us as a team, for me, is the digitization of Sharda Lipi. Yes, we have the font. Today we have an app, but in terms of the communication, in terms of, like example, when I am today talking to you in a Microsoft tool or any Android app, they don't recognize this Sharda script because they have not worked on that. But today, whatever font we have developed, it is on free, open source. Can they take our font, or can they do something where this can be also, when in a pull down menu or something, if I can select any other language, why not Sharda script? That's one point. Then the next is OCRs. We have so many manuscripts. Can we do, or we are also working on collaborations with many universities, where we are also trying to develop image recognition tools based on the artificial intelligence, where we don't need to, today whatever we are doing, all our manuscripts, we are taking manuscripts. In fact, you will be very happy to know we have almost uh, 4 to 5 WhatsApp groups working continuously everyday basis. Those people are working on unexplored manuscripts and transcription of those. We are not Sanskrit scholars. I am myself also not a Sanskrit scholar. I am based by profession. I'm an engineer, but this is a passion which we do. But we still try to do it, and whatever work our outcome is, everything is freely downloadable. Everybody can go to our website, which I will show in a few minutes, and then download uh, all our works, and they can look at whatever work we have been doing. And yes, definitely, as I said, in the same digitization, how can this script be in a, one is recognition, acceptance, and also in any publications, in any tools, Microsoft or any other tool. So these are few things what we are looking at. Definitely, lot of collaboration, lot of works need to be done in these areas. These are some sample manuscript which I have just kept it for, like, anybody wants to understand how the Sharda script looks, and how this is. So maybe I'll not spend much time there, but definitely, and in year 2019 20, we were working till that, we were working like a volunteer, everything was there. But whenever we used to approach the organizations or institutions, it was not so formal. So it was necessary for us to develop a platform for this script. So that is where we registered our core Sharada team as an NGO under Section 8 Company Act. And it was recognized as a NGO by Government of India. We also are ATG 10A, our organization today. We don't have any employees. Everybody is working with a passion. Everybody is in by profession something different. But yes, during the weekends, sometimes we even have to take off also from the office hours if we have some important things to complete, like these primers, or we have some important collaboration with universities, or we have some important discussions. But definitely, our team is very strong, very committed in terms of what we want to achieve. And yes, we have the social. It's very important. You cannot live in a silos, right? Today we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are on Twitter also. And you will, in all these social platforms, you will see every day or very regular our updates, what all things we do. We even publish our timelines for our trainings. We even publish our timelines for some workshops, what we have to do. So we do all that. And yes, definitely, this is a journey where we need everybody's support. We need to work together. As I said, this journey, when I see from my personal experience, where I was looking at my identity, my own identity, where I come from, and today I'm really proud to say that there is so strong connection in this Bharat Varsha. Like when we see this connection from Kanchi to uh, to Kashmir, it is so strong bond. And really, and that is where, well, like when I got that primer and then the journey started, I started looking at. And today I feel very proud about our history, our past, our ancestors, what the enormous work which has been done. And yes, this is our journey, this is what we do. And because we have much less time, I will definitely take some questions. You can reach us anytime. We do, just for information, we do conduct trainings. Most of the trainings are online. We earlier we used to do on only WhatsApp. Now it is on Zoom sessions, people can participate. And in fact, there are assignments. We help students in learning it very fast, not only learning. And we also have the advanced courses also, where we help them in manuscript readings also. So this is all we work. And I think I have covered what I wanted to say today. And I will welcome anybody if they have any questions.
Thank you, Rakesh ji. Very interesting, concise presentation you made. First, let us see. There are some interesting comments I wanted to display here. This is from Dr. Sri Ramana Sharma. Dr. Ramana Sharma appeared in our earliest series sometime last year. He spoke on Vaidika traditions, and also other topic was literary heritage of Kashmir. And that was sometime in October last year. It was a very informative session, and he has done a lot of work on fonts also. What he's saying, very nice people, the core Sharada team. Was happy to work with them to our small contribution to preservation and the propagation of Sharada. Our students learn Sharada from them online. And
Sri
another,
Ramanaji, I want to say here, Sri Ramanaji was the person who helped us in developing the font with Dr. Vinod Ranjanji. I would say yes, thank you, Sri Ramanaji. Yes.
and other one is from Dr. Jnanam. Very interesting. From your speech, we are happy that the time is not far off to know about Sharda Lipi. Great efforts done by you people.
Thank you.
These are some interesting comments. And I just wanted to show you, I was mentioning about the Sharda Lipi that was distributed sometime in 2012. Let me see if I could locate that. I just made some copies.
Sure.
Um, let me see if this is coming. Yeah, I just picked up some Sosra books that were distributed. As you can see, this was
Oh,
during
yes.
Key Bhavani in 12. The one written on the top is Sharada Script, right?
Yes, that's
It looks
correct.
like you can figure out, like, if you know a little bit of Sanskrit, like Dainik Pratana. That's the one, right,
Absolutely.
in the top. Is it very similar to, if you know Sanskrit, you can make it, or you can easy to learn?
Yes,
Similar to the, we used to have grantham in,
absolutely.
those who don't, yeah, those who don't know even grantham, you will be able to just read it if you just go through and know a little bit of those prayer songs. Similar to
Yes,
that, right? And one more thing I wanted to check with you. You mentioned there are, in your early presentation, you mentioned 40,000 manuscripts, correct?
yes.
So those, where are these manuscripts available?
I would say there are manuscripts which are in some archive libraries. Like example, there will be something like uh, maybe
Wherever
in
they saved
Kashmir
it from those
library.
invaders.
There are few in Jammu Kashmir library. There may be few in Mysore also. What I heard, I'm not sure. I heard that there are few in Bhandarkar library. There are many. There will be. These are all spread, and lot of manuscripts are also in personal custodies, also in Kashmir. Not even Kashmir.
Oh,
Yeah. In personal, many even non-Hindus also they have manuscripts. They don't know what to do, but from my understanding, they are just they still hold those manuscripts.
that must have been saved from the invaders, right? Just like the
Absolutely,
destruction took
absolutely.
place on temple, they would have destroyed all
Yes,
this too. They are not
absolutely.
saved.
Right, right.
Very interesting. Now, based on that, any possibility of something new discovery or anything, if they do further research into all this, is it coming? Any publication or papers submitted?
I'm not. There are some research going on. Many, in fact, I can say there are research going on outside country. In India, I have not come across any concrete research on some manuscript, Sharda Lipi manuscript specific. But from our team, we do a lot of research on the manuscript, whatever we find, and we try to just transcript all these things. We publish it online. These are available on our website www.shardalipi.com. We try to publish those, but there is a lot of things to do. There's a lot of things to do. As I said, these manuscripts are not their manuscripts. These are astrology, mathematics, astronomy, science, philosophy. It's not just rituals and religion, whatever. There are everything. These manuscripts contain everything.
Very nice. Okay. Thank you. That was quite informative. And please do share with us more information that you have. We will continue to have this
Sure.
presentations. We
Yes.
will keep this as a platform for sharing information, anyways. So thank you so much for your time. And I don't see any questions. I'm sure our comment section is open. Later on, if people are going to watch this and ask any questions, we'll get back to you.
Sure. I will definitely spend time to answer
And you
those.
already given your contacts, mobile numbers, and websites.
Perfect.
Those who are interested
Perfect.
can always reach you. Okay.
Sure.
Very
Sure.
good. Thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you. Namaste.
We thank our listeners for joining us today. And as you can see, we are covering wide range of subjects relating to Kashmir. We have more lectures forthcoming. Please join us every Saturday, same time, 7 to 8 p.m. India time. We want to thank Kanji Mutt for streaming through kamakodi.tv, YouTube and Facebook channels, and not to forget our leading newspaper, Dinamala, which publishes, make it a point to publish every Thursday about our program. So you can also go through Dinamala if you are missing the flyer. But don't forget to subscribe to our channel, that is NDS channel that you are watching right now, Our subscription is also steadily on the increase, and we want to see more viewers joining us. Till next Saturday, we want to thank you, and we also would like to thank VDSP for all the streaming support. Jai Jai Shankara, Hara Hara Shankara.